Welcome back. As you can see, and as always, I'm on the shop, man. We're doing some work. Today we are working on our 73 Nova. If you're new to the channel, we have a 1973 Nova Custom, LS swap, 5.3 liter LM7, and turbo 350 transmission. Now, a little while back, we had some issues with the shocks. We got some brand new QA1 shocks for the rear of the car, and they were making a ton of noise. So we did get a hold of QA1, and I am happy to say they sent us a brand new pair of shocks for the rear of the car. The gentleman that I talked to, he said that he would have them tested, ensure that they make zero noise on their shock dyno, and that they were perfect when they were sent out. So I kind of got ahead of myself and went ahead and installed them, but I want to show you, and I will bounce the rear of the car as much as I possibly can and show you that they are now making no noise. So let me turn the camera around. Let me show you that the car is quiet when we're bouncing the rear. That doesn't really sound, I don't know, that sounded weird. Here we go. All right, so first I want to show you that the QA1s are indeed on the car, and as you can see, if you can see that up in there, that's the new shock there. I know you can't see this one too well. Going to the driver's side, there it is over there. And let me crawl back out from underneath this car and bounce it a little bit for you. So if you haven't seen the last video, I'll throw a card up here. What was happening is when the car was moving and the suspension was moving, it was making almost like a sound like the exhaust was hitting the car, but it wasn't. It was the shock. So we eliminated that by putting the original shocks back on, but those are some worn out shocks. We don't want those. We want the QA1s. So let me push on this car the best I can and hold the camera steady at the same time, and you will see. The only noise you really hear is because it's an old car. But I am bouncing the car as best as I can with this camera. And it is not making the noise, so that problem has been solved. So huge shout out to QA1 for sending us a new set of shocks that were tested to be perfect before they left, and they're on the car and they are not making any noise. So that is awesome. But we have one other thing I'm going to attempt to install today, and let me explain what that is. I'll show you what it is and why we're doing it. All right, so what we have here is a little shim kit. You can call them shim kit, you can call them wedges. I see them mostly called shims, but this is from Belltech. It's a Belltech kit, and what this is these are shims for the rear end. This one, if you can see that, if it'll focus on that, is a 6-degree shim. Both of them are 6 degree. What this is going to do is this is going to change the angle of the rear end in the car. So basically right now the rear end is pointing down, the transmission is pointing down, and the drive shaft is pointing down. So the transmission, I believe, is about 3 degrees, drive shaft is about 2.5, and the rear end is pointing down as far as the drive shaft side is pointing down, I believe about 3.5 degrees. So basically that pinion end, I guess we'll say, of the rear end needs to come up. It needs to rise up in order for the angles of the driveline to be correct to minimize vibrations. So right now it's kind of, I won't say binding because it's not binding. The U-joints are doing their job, but it's not the optimal angles for, like I said, you know, minimal or eliminate any kind of vibrations due to the driveline. So I'm going to attempt to get these installed, and hopefully that will correct our issues. And I'll have to double check the angles once I do get this on, and then, you know, see if that made the difference. And then we'll have to go for a test drive to see if the vibration is gone, because we are getting a slight vibration still. A lot of that was solved with the spark plugs. If you haven't seen that video, I could throw a card up here for that. You can check that out. But a lot of vibrations and whatnot we're resolved with that, but we still have some, and I'm hoping that this will take care of it. So anyway, I'm gonna quit babbling. I'm gonna try to get these installed, and then we can go for a test drive. All right, y'all, I think I got this thing licked today, so let's crawl underneath. Let's see what we see. All right, I'm gonna give you a shot of the driver's side over here. If you can tell, this bottom shock plate, which is this plate underneath here, you can tell there's got a larger gap up there versus in the back. And if you can see up in there, the edge, there's that wedge. That's the back side of that wedge there. That's the short side, long sides up front. And we turn and look at this side. And that's hard to see because of the lighting, but it's also the same on this side. So we got more of a gap up front, shorter in the back. And then you can kind of see that wedge plate in there, that shim in there. But yeah, so I checked the angles on everything, and looks like the rear end now is pointing up about 3 to 4 degrees. The transmission is pointing down towards the rear about 3 to 4 degrees. So that's exactly where we want it. So we're gonna try that. We're gonna roll with that. Test out these new shocks, make sure they don't make a bunch of noise. And yeah, hopefully that's it. Oh, here's a little shot of the tailpipes installed. I know I hadn't shown those yet. There's a tailpipe there. And tailpipes on over here. So yeah, let me get out from underneath here. Let me clean up and let's go for a test drive, man. All right, so I got the Nova out. Going for a drive. Then drive for a bit and let the car warm up. Also stop for gas. We were a little bit low on gas. And now we're cruising around just for a little bit to see how she feels. And I'm still getting a little bit of that vibration. I'm feeling it in the steering wheel and what seems to be the front of the car. So I'm kind of thinking it could even be the wheel balance. It could be that. That's one thing we have not done yet. The wheels and tires on this car are not that old, but they have been sitting for a couple years. And I don't know, maybe due for maybe a balance on these things. I don't know, could be. But other than that, the car is running great. There is no noise anymore from the shocks in the rear, thank goodness. So the new QA1s are working well and are quiet. That is what we wanted. Wanted quiet shocks. Didn't want any noise back there because it was annoying. It sounded like exhaust rattles, what it sounded like. But anyway, that is gonna do it. I might try to do a quick little pull for you guys. I don't know. Let's see what we can do here. Man, I tell you, this car is quiet, man. Just normal driving, the car is quiet. But you get on it a little bit and she makes a little noise. Love this MagnaFlow in this car, man. Love it. Man, I guess that is gonna do it for this one. Yeah, so we got a couple things accomplished, a couple things we needed to get done. Next thing I need to do, honestly, is I need to do an oil change on this car. Definitely need to do that. I've got the oil, got the filter, so I need to go ahead and do that. And then we need to get the AC work done. We need to get it working. I've still got a little leak in it. Talked to a buddy at work that does AC on the side, and I don't know, we may just have to put some 134 in there and with the dye in it. So hopefully we can see where it's leaking, because it's not leaking much. With a vacuum pump, I can't tell where it's leaking from. Just can't tell. So anyway, that's coming up soon. Got more coming on Project Stepchild, my 2016 Mustang GT. So man, stay tuned for the channel. Big things are coming up, and more fun with these cars. So anyway, hope you like this video. If you did, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, I don't know what you're waiting for. And we'll see you on the next one.